Hi, hello, and welcome to this week's video. Okay, so this is future Courtney popping in. That was past Courtney. I'm gonna put you back there in a minute, but I just wanted to pop in and say that I have made the very last minute, somewhat questionable decision to do Vlogmas this year. So I was thinking about it, and since this is the only month I think I'm going to be home for the whole month, I figured why not at least try to do part of Vlogmas. So I'm going to call it a very haphazard Vlogmas. And right now my plan is to do Vlogmas videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't think putting them out every single day is really feasible because I do still work full time, but I'm going to at least try to do more videos than usual and a lot more holiday content. I kind of did a little outline of all the holiday things that I want to include. So watch for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for a very haphazard Vlogmas. So with that, I'm going to send you back to past Courtney. I'm Courtney, and this is my life of projects. I'm a knitter who also spins, and I do some quilting and embroidery as well. And I have two cats who often appear on my channel. And here on my channel, I share with you my crafting as well as bits and pieces of my life in Vermont. So grab your project and stitch along with me as I go through my week. So it's Wednesday, the last day of November, and I am very pleased to say that if you watched my last video, which was my November projects and my December goals, there was one project that's been the bane of my existence for longer than I've had this channel. But that is the embroidery name tag for my quilt guild, and I finished the embroidery part last night. The rest of it is easy. I just have to cut it out, put a backing on it, sew it really quick, quilt it, and put binding on it. That won't take long at all. I'll do that this weekend, but I finished it. I did it. I just have to erase the pink marking lines around it, but it's done. It's done. Finished it. I just have to find the magnetic back that I bought to put on it so I don't have to use a pin back. So once I find that, then I can sew it together. So I'm going to look for that today, but I will probably end up sewing that this weekend. Then this evening, I'm probably going to decorate our very small Yule tree. We typically travel home for the holidays, so we're gone for about 2 weeks. So we've always just done a fake tree so we don't have to worry about watering it or having someone water a tree while we're not here. And a couple years ago when we moved, we got rid of our really big tree and we got a really cute, like short, tiny Charlie Brown tree from IKEA. And I absolutely love it, but it is really small. And I've put it up, but I've not decorated it yet because we do have a kitten. I don't know if you can, and you probably can see him trying to get at the wool that I just put in there. But we have the kitten and he's into everything, so I didn't want to put ornaments on it yet because I was worried he was going to like knock it over. So it's been up for, what are you doing? But the tree has been up for almost a week. And he's messed with it a little, but I feel okay putting non-breakable ornaments on it. So I'll probably get some footage of us decorating that tonight. And then I'm going to work some more on the fingerless mitts that I am on the second mitt for. I'm hoping to finish those in the next week or so and get those off the needles. And then my yarn to make the hat that my best friend wants came yesterday, so I might skein that up so I can start working on that hat. And it's really thick yarn. It's the Malabrigo Rasta. It's like I call it chunky, but maybe it's Aran weight. At any rate, it's a thicker yarn, so that hat should go pretty quickly. I've not done the pattern before, but just based on the thickness of the yarn and the needle size, I'm thinking I could knock that out in one day on the weekend watching some documentaries or something. So I'll at least skein that up tonight so it's ready to go for this weekend. And I think that's all I'm really going to do today. So let's get into it. think, pretty sure. It's December 1st. I did not sleep very well last night at all, so I'm a little bit out of it. I have my coffee, so we'll get there. But sorry, it's snowing outside, so I'm a little distracted by my excitement over snow. It's not gonna stick, it's not gonna do anything, it's just gonna be a dusting, but I love snow. So anyway, this is gonna be a little bit chaotic today because I'm tired. So yesterday I got the yarn wound for the 2 hats that I need to knit, and I got the lights put on our little tiny tree, and the kitten immediately went after it again. So I didn't put any ornaments on it just yet because I just don't trust him. So I might get to that today, we'll see. But right now I need to find a pattern for the hat with the wool stock yarn. So let's see what we can find on Ravelry. I've already printed the lotus flower pattern, so that one's good to go. But let's see, I'm gonna scoot over so I have enough room to like put the screen recording here-ish. Let's see if we can find something on Ravelry for this yarn. So I'm gonna cheat, pull up the yarn. You know what I could have just done is gone to my stash. Let's do it. This is how tired I am. Let's pull up the yarn in my stash. There we go. I can do this. All right, let's see. Projects with this yarn. And then let's sort for hats. Well, there's only 60 of those. So accessories, hat, oh hat. Ooh, okay, that is basically what I want to make. That might have been easy. Okay, easy ombre slouch hat. You know what I should have done here? What I like to do when I'm looking for a pattern is open every hat that I like in a different tab, because I don't like to save too many things in my favorites, especially if it's a hat that I'm making for not me, because I don't know that it's going to be a pattern that I'm going to ever want to make again. So I typically open whatever patterns that I'm considering in a different tab so that I can then kind of compare them. I do want it to have color work, so maybe I should sort for that. All right, well, not gonna search for color work because that seems too hard right now. Y'all, I am tired. All right, so I'm probably gonna put some music over this while I search and drink my coffee. Couple patterns that I like. I really like this one, but I need this to go kind of fast. So I do like that the pattern actually suggests the exact kind of yarn that makes me less worried about it. Main color 2. I only have 1 skein. Okay, maybe not. Well, if I didn't do, it looks like it has a cuffed brim. So if I didn't do the cuff, then maybe. But again, that might take a while. I like this, but it has 3 colors. I do really like that pattern though. I wonder how that would look with just 2 colors. I really do kind of like that. Let's see if anyone has done that with just 2 colors. That is not the same hat. What are you doing? Okay, that one's just 2 colors, right? I also appreciate that they have put the proper pronunciation there. as someone from Virginia, and I know Appalachia goes all up and down the East Coast. I realize that, but you're never going to convince me that my Southwest Virginia way of pronouncing it is not the right way. It's Appalachia, not Appalachia. It's Appalachia. Appalachian, not Appalachian. So, welcome to that little tangent. Okay, I do like that with the 2 colors. And then I do like this one as well. All right, now I have to make a decision. This one has a lot more projects, so it gives me a little more confidence in it. But I do think the person that this is for, I think they might like that a little bit better, but I'm really surprised. I think I'm gonna go with this one because this was, what I had in my head was to do an ombre hat like this. All right, let's make sure that I do actually have enough yarn for this. How much yarns? You will want 75 yards of the main color and 37 each, but I only do 1 color per 142 yards. Okay, yes. All right, I have more than enough yarn to make this hat in the 2 colors. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna download it, we're gonna print it. I've already printed the other one. All right, that wasn't so bad. All right, so on that note, I'm going to get a little bit more work done. I have to go to an acupuncture appointment this afternoon, and then we'll see how exhausted I am. I may cast on one of these hats. I might not, because clearly I am tired. We'll see what happens after the coffee. I don't know where the rest of today is going to go. I guess you will find out in the footage. So, have fun. All right, it is Friday, theoretically, and I have just finished up work for the day, and I am beyond exhausted, and so is this little guy. So he had to go to the vet today just for a well visit, so like he's fine, but when we brought him home, he got, well, like when we adopted him, when we brought him home for the very first time, his foster mom warned us that he gets extremely car sick, and he truly does. So in order to prevent that, we had to take away all his food last night. So both he and Larson were convinced that they were starved and being abused, and so they were up all night. And then I was trying to fall back asleep at one point, and I was reading this lovely book. It's called In the Event of Love. Cute book. It's a queer Christmas holiday romance. Should have been great, but of course in the holiday romance tradition, this one character goes back home to her hometown, and she is talking to one of her old friends from school, and the character asks about her friend's grandmother, and the friend said something about the grandmother had a stroke in the summer, and it was really sad. It made me start thinking about my grandmother, crying at 2 a.m. Lovely. All I was trying to do was fall back asleep after the cats had woken me up, so I cried for like an hour last night. So we're feeling a little rough today, but I figured I would update you on the progress I made last night on the lotus flower beanie, I think is the pattern name. Yesterday was chaos and a struggle, today is even more so. So I have done 5 rows of the brim. There are 7 rows on the brim before I start into the lotus flower pattern. And let me tell you, this pattern was $9.50 US. To me, it's a little bit high for a hat pattern, but I figured out why it is that high. So not only do you have the pattern, but you also have links that are only available through the pattern to the tutorial on how to do the lotus flower part, because it's a different technique. I haven't gotten that far yet, but it looks like I'm gonna need a tutorial. She also has a tutorial on some other part that I didn't look at yet, but I was like, okay, cool. We've got 2 videos that are exclusive to the pattern. And then the pattern is not just one pattern, it is, I think, like at least 6 patterns for not just the different sizes for like child and adult, but for different yarns. So the pattern is written specifically for Malabrigo Rasta. There's one that's specifically written for child size in Malabrigo Rasta. Then there's another one that's written for a different yarn for adult size. So it's like 6 or 7 patterns plus tutorials. So absolutely worth the price. I'm very glad that I bought the pattern and my friend found this hat that she wants. So I'm gonna work on this probably more tonight. We'll see. My hand's a little sore from acupuncture. That's what I was having worked on. And knitting is probably the only thing I'm physically capable of doing tonight because I am so tired. It's probably gonna be a really, really short section today. Tomorrow I'm hoping, well, tomorrow I have the Quilt Guild holiday party. So I'm going to that. Won't film any of that probably just because filming in public weird. So I will tell you all about it when I get back, and then I'm going to work on something this weekend. I don't know what that is. Probably the wall hangings. That sounds like a good plan. And the name tag. If I find the magnetic thing. I still have to do that. Oh, it's hard being a kitten. So that's where we are on Friday. We are exhausted. We're having really fun times with holiday grief. And we went to the doctor and we got a good checkup and we're a healthy kitten. So it's not all bad, but I really hope that we all sleep tonight so I can be functional tomorrow and Sunday. So let's see what I find the energy to accomplish this afternoon. Probably not much. All right, so it is Saturday now, and I just got back from the Knitting Guild meeting. And sorry, there's a kitten in the floor. Last night I did nothing. I was so exhausted after I did a couple errands in town. Nothing got accomplished at all whatsoever, but I slept many hours last night. I feel a little bit more human. I'm still kind of tired just from everything. But I went to the meeting and we did our Yankee swap, and I thought I would show you what I got. So again, you had to bring a gift that was under $20. I ended up doing the project bag and measuring tape and cocoa knit stitch markers that I got at Loop in Philadelphia. And no one else had that same gift, so that was good. There was a lot of roving, some yarn, and a lot of project bags. So it was really fun, but the gift that I ended up getting, and my gift got stolen a couple times. So it started out with some Noro, and then that got stolen. And then what I ended up with, I'm super excited about. It is a Gleaner, which is the yarn sweater pilling remover. So it has both like the lint roller, and then it has several different attachments to remove the pills from your hand knit items. So I am super excited to try this out. I've been wanting one of these. Again, in 2023, that's going to be my big year of sweater knitting. So I'm super glad that I got this. I do have a few knit items, but not knit by me, that I could definitely use this on. So I'm going to test it out sometime soon and see how it does, but very happy with my Yankee Swap prize. Then during the meeting, I worked on my Brancusi mitts a little bit more, and I have started there it is on that side, the thumb gusset increases. So I am not quite halfway on this knit. So I will keep working on that. Maybe later tonight, actually, I'm probably gonna work on the hat project. I was really enjoying the Malabrigo Rasta hat that I'm knitting. So I'll work on that tonight, but we are going to decorate the tree today, at least partially, and see how the kitten does with decorations on the tree, because I have never waited this long into December. It's only like the 3rd, but I've never waited this long to decorate my tree. So we're definitely gonna do that today. And then I'm either going to hang out on the couch some and do some knitting, or if I feel like I have energy this afternoon, I'm going to do some sewing, maybe work on those blocks for the wall hanging. So that's my plan for today. So let's see how much I get done. So I hope you enjoyed our very first episode of a somewhat haphazard Vlogmas. Last minute decisions, always fun. But definitely stay tuned for the next episode that will come out on Wednesday. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I will see you very soon in the next one.